reconditioning costs. So nice to see a local innovation being helpful to buildings here in Halifax. You're about to see some murals. They're going to come up on your right, and that's an initiative by the city to reduce graffiti. So we used to have a lot of graffiti in that area. They decided to hire local artists to do some murals that we swap out every couple weeks or so. And so that allowed for less graffiti in the city, as well as a chance for some local artists to share their beautiful art. Now across the harbour, that is actually our sister city, Dartmouth. And it's a great place to shop. It's really easy to get there. There's two bridges, the McKay and the McDonald, if you have a car. But if you're on the waterfront today and you want to go to Dartmouth, it's really easy. The ferry's about $3, and it's actually the oldest continuing saltwater ferry in North America. It's been in operation since 1752. And it's really nice and convenient. It only takes you 15 minutes to get to Dartmouth. So I would highly suggest to check out Dartmouth and the ferry. But it wasn't always convenient. It used to be just one man in his rowboat, taking people one at a time. And it wasn't 15 minutes like it is today. It actually took 2 hours to get to Dartmouth. So I'm sure it was a little awkward to be sitting with an unknown man face to face. And he was also judging your outfit because he would only let people on who were wearing their Sunday best. So I don't think I would be let on into his ferry. People like to call Dartmouth the dark side, which is kind of a mean nickname, but it actually stems from historical relevance because when cities in Canada were first getting power, Halifax got their power a year before Dartmouth did. So they called it the dark side because people in Halifax would look over to Dartmouth and they would see darkness. Right there, and it's the Harbour Queen. It's probably in the water right now, and it's a party boat. So if you don't want the fun to stop and you want to be back on the water, I'd highly suggest checking it out. Another Harbour Hopper shortly, so I think that we should give them a ribbit ribbit. So on my count of 3, we're all going to yell ribbit ribbit when the Harbour Hopper passes us. Before that, I'd like to point out another boat to visit. It's the Tall Ship Silva. They also do parties and events on their boats. I think they did an evening cruise for Canada Day, so they do a lot of things throughout the day, and I definitely recommend to check them out. One, ribbon, ribbon! Definitely the cooler boat. Okay, you're going to see 2 really important ships, and they're going to be on your right, and it's the CSS Acadia and the HMCS Sackville. The CSS Acadia used to survey the northern waters of Canada, and it actually survived not only World War I, World War II, but the Halifax explosion. It was actually the only boat to be in the harbour and survive. So it's really cool. It's not currently open for tours, but one that is one called the HMCS Sackville. And it is Canada's last existing Flower class corvette. You can go on it during the day, and it's you have to pay by donation, so it's really cool to see what it looks like inside. And if anyone is a car fan, and you know the cars that are called Corvettes, they derive their name from Corvette ships because of how fast they are on the water. You can see our beautiful waterfront here. That museum over there is the Museum of the Atlantic, and it is a great place to learn about Atlantic Canada's history. They have a Titanic exhibit and a theater food exhibit. Would be too. So I think if it's good enough for Judge Judy, it's good enough for me. We saw seals actually yesterday. Yeah, not really whales, sometimes otters. It really depends on the day. The day that we saw the seal, that was really cool. And right over there, that is George's Island. And it's almost like Citadel Hill, and that it was... So you can go and take a tour of George's Island. I highly suggest it. But I would say, if you're afraid of snakes, maybe don't go, because there's actually 400 to 500 garter snakes on the island. But don't worry, they're completely harmless. And they're really shy, so you probably won't see them on your tour if you go visit George's Island. So I wouldn't let that stop you